Hello, today we are looking at the Wi-Fi socket U10 series, which is a smart plug for use in the home. Now, inside the box, if we open the box up, my wife's just going to do that. What we have is the plug, and the plug is nicely secured in a cellophane bag. You can see on the side as well, you have a USB socket as well. So if you don't have a proprietary Apple charger, for example, but you do have a lightning cable, you can just stick it into the USB socket on the side and charge that way. There is also a standard 3-plug UK on the front, and you can see it's got all the regulatory labels, CE and RoHS as well, which is great. Also in the box, there's an instruction leaflet, so more on the instruction leaflet later on. So let's get started. Right, so we have the smart plug, and what I'm going to do is plug this into the socket and turn it on. Now, if you do have any other smart devices in the house, you're probably familiar with all the incantations you have to go to get them to work. Typically they have their own app, they have their own configuration and settings, and so on. So what we did first is we looked at the instruction leaflet. So as you can see on the instruction leaflet, it tells us there is a QR code which we can use to install the app. Now, as you know, with iPhone and iPad devices, these don't come with a QR reader shipped at this moment in time. iOS 11 will bring that later in the year, but not at the moment. So what we did is we searched the phrase Smart Plus and Smart Life. Now this is where it really gets confusing because there's a number of different apps available in the store. So what we did is we searched here for Smart Life, Smart Living, and it's this one here, the Smart Plus, which is the one we want. Now, I've prepared this one early. The pairing process really is quite simple. It asks you for details such as the username, password, and a Wi-Fi key. So let's just open the app here. Now you can see there, the smart plug is indeed off. I can go into the app and turn it on and turn it off. As we go over to the plug itself, what we can see as we turn it on and off, the blue light turns on and the blue light turns off. So that's quite handy. But one of the key benefits of a smart home is you don't have to go into an app. You don't have to press lots of different buttons, because really if you're having to press lots of different buttons, then actually you're just as quick to go over and turn the plug on yourself, right? So the real future for the smart home is with voice activated technologies. Now, at the time of the review, I couldn't find a way of getting this to work with Siri. Presumably HomeKit is not enabled. Apple's quite strict on that. So it doesn't work with my Apple Watch. It doesn't work with my iPhone. But the instructions do say that it works with Alexa. Right, so let's have a look what happened when we tried to pair it with Alexa. So, if you're familiar with the Alexa app, Alexa works on the basis of a smart home skill, which you have to enable, and then you can discover different devices. Seems simple, but again, in the instruction manual, it doesn't signpost which skill we want. So what I did is I searched the term Smart Life in Smart Home Skills. Now let me just make that a wee bit dimmer so you can see. And the top result there is Smart Life. Now I didn't know if this was going to be the right one, but when I clicked that, I was able to link it. So it asked me for my username and password that I'd set up with the app, and it asked me for my details, and I linked it. Now, one of the pitfalls I had is I called my smart plug Smart Plug Lounge. Now, where this caused problems with Alexa is that my main group for the lights in the lounge is also called Lounge. So what happened was, when I instructed Alexa to turn the smart plug for the lounge off, she turned the lounge lights off instead. So I went into the app and gave it a nice funky name. Remember, of course, with Alexa, you want names that it will pick up because voice technology and speech and utterances, they don't work well if you don't use common phrases. So be very careful. Now let's give this a try with our good friend. So let's give this a try. Alexa, turn the smart plug off.
Okay.
And of course it's already off. Alexa, turn the smart plug on.
Okay.
Alexa, turn the smart plug off.
Okay.
So you see, it works with Alexa. I don't have to leave the couch. And let's say I've got that hooked up to a fan or some sort of air conditioning unit, or even I don't know, even some other device. Then it's going to be plugged in, and I can just tell Alexa do X, Y, and Z. So all in all, the smart plug U10 series. It's quite easy to operate and it's quite easy to work. It seems to have all the relevant markings and so on. So I'm quite happy using it in my house. I think with regards to documentation, documentation could be a little better. We know with smart homes and smart technology, these types of devices, they are quite complex to set up because nobody's made it super easy yet. And if you've got the right documentation and you know the right app to use, then it becomes a breeze. But overall, very pleased and I look forward to seeing more from this organisation. Thank you.